Okay, so we are tested. So I'm back to do this again. Welcome, my name is Wanderlust Wit. And on this channel we're gonna talk travel, lifestyle, and whatever else I decide that I want to talk about that day. So for today's video, which I had to redo, you all don't understand how frustrating it was that my other camera would not let me load the video onto my laptop so I can edit it. I had to actually go out and get another camera. Thank God for progressive PC. Okay? But anywho, today's video is going to be incidental fees versus resort fees. Now, we all know that when we go to a hotel, and if you didn't know, now you do, there's an incidental fee. And if you stand in a hotel like Vegas or even some hotels in Arizona, California, they require a resort fee. Now, we're gonna go to incidentals. An incidental fee is technically not a fee, it's a hold. And that's placed on your card, in case you order room service, if you take anything from the mini bar, if you order movies, if you're badass kid decides to break something, that is where that incidental fee will come in. That fee is returned back to you upon checkout, and upon the fact that you didn't order any of those room service things, any mini bar things or anything like that. That goes back to you 3 to 5 business days after you check out, excluding Saturday, Sunday, and any holidays. Banks are not processing on Saturday and Sundays, and of course we know banks do not process on holidays because they are not open. But you would be surprised at how many people think when they check out they're going to get that incidental hold back right away. It doesn't work like that. It takes time. But that is the fee that you do. That is a hold. So when you look at your credit card, your debit card, your statement, whatever, you'll see pending, waiting final amount from merchant, and that's because you have not checked out. So once you check out, that will change, because the final amount is, let's say your total for the room and tax and everything was $500 and the incidental fee was $200. So you're gonna see a hold on your card for $700. But when you check out, the final amount is gonna be that $500 and that $200 will go back. But again, like I said, 3 to 5 business days, depending on your financial institution. Now, as a tip, I personally think people should put it on like a card that they're not going to be using, because if you put it on a card that you're using and you just out having a good little time on your vacation and swiping and swiping and swiping and swiping and swiping, and you have all those pending charges, by the time those charges clear, your incidental hold is going to be put back. And if your account was getting ready to go into the negative, what is going to happen is that incidental hold is going to take over. And I know this because it happened to me before. So, and I've seen it happen several times working in hospitality, because I have worked in hospitality for a little bit. So that's just the tip. Try to use like a different card that you're not going to be swiping throughout your vacation. That would be the best thing that I could recommend. That way you can see that money when it goes back. So that's what an incidental hold is. You get that back. Now, for the resort fees, I feel like they're a scam personally. That's just my opinion, and I'm gonna tell you why I feel like they're a scam. Resort fees, you do not get back. I'm gonna repeat that one more time. Resort fees, you do not get those back. Resort fees are usually charged for, like, let's say they're included they're part of the room tax, and when you're booking, you'll see resort fee. So I'll show you like a screenshot of it, like it'll show the resort fee. And the resort fee, personally, what you get for the resort fee is not worth that $25 or extra $45, especially in Vegas, because you're already staying at the hotel. So why do I need to pay an additional $25, $35 a day to use the pool or the fitness center? So a resort fee is to use the amenities in the hotel, whether it be the pool, the fitness center. I don't know why they still have long distance calls when we have these expensive ass devices called a cell phone. I don't know who's still using the room phone in the room except for to call down to the front desk, and that doesn't cost, but okay, whatever. But in Vegas, some of those resort fees, they do come with a little bit. When I stayed at the Virgin / Curio, so that's where Hard Rock was, but they've now combined with Virgin and Hilton, the Curio collection. They come together and they made that particular hotel, so it's no longer the Hard Rock. I know when I stayed there, their resort fee included, like, if I'm not mistaken, 5% off a spa service, 10% off any retail spa products, 2 free drinks at one of the many, bars or restaurants they had in the hotel, 2 bottles of water, because we know Vegas is notorious for not giving out water in certain hotels, or making you go to the convenience store and paying $5 for a bottle of water like this. I know, right? Now I understand why so many people would come in and they would have like cases of water, because the shit is just overpriced in the hotel, which we know why it's overpriced, but it's overpriced in the hotel. So anyways, that is what the resort fee is. Now, from what I've heard and researched, resort fees, especially in Vegas, are illegal. However, it is not enforced, and nobody's ever really said anything, so they are still charging, especially when the pandemic first started. And I know that to be true because I go to Vegas a lot, but when the pandemic started, the resort fee cost more than the room, because I went for my 30th birthday when I went skydiving. I'm gonna do a video on that too. But I stayed at the Mirage and the Paris, and the resort fee actually was more than the room. Sorry if this sounds a little weird. I'm gonna try to fix the sound, but my air came on and it's a little hot in my place, so sorry. But anyways, I'm trying to make my voice project. But anyways, I want to say the room was about $15, $20, and the resort fee was about $30. I'll list like an updated version of the resort fees as of depending on when I get this video edited and uploaded, it'll be either August or September 2022. So probably if I don't get it up today, which is Sunday, I'll try to have it up by Monday, Tuesday, but we'll see. But either way, I'll just link like a list of the resort fees and the tax, because not only do they decide to charge the resort fee, they charge tax on the resort fee, which I feel is so scammy. But they were trying to make their money back. So, those resort fees are pretty much just a way of making more money, if you ask me personally. And that's just because they try to give you like, oh, this room rate is low, but it's really not. If you add in their resort fee, it'll cost the same as if you stayed at the Embassy Suites hotel, or if you stayed at any of the hotels off the strip that do not have a resort fee. And there's only a few. It's not that many. Actually, the Virgin / Curio hotel, where Hard Rock used to be, when they first opened, if I can find the article, I'm gonna go back and I will link the article or just screenshot that part. But they did not have resort fees when they first opened under that new name. But the rates were as if they had a resort fee. And what I mean by that is the rates were like $150 a night, $200 a night. And if you break that down, it could be the room and tax plus the resort fee. So there. But around or right after the pandemic, they started charging the resort fee. So now they have resort fees. So that particular property does have resort fees. I just stayed there in May of this year. So they do have resort fees now. So just FYI, that hotel does have resort fees. So I guess, but I like the hotel personally, but I don't like the resort fees. But the resort fee, you know, honestly, there's really nothing you can do about it. You have to pay it, unless, of course, like you're a member. I forgot what tier you would need to be where you don't pay it, but certain, well, all hotels have like a, you know, a membership, and then there's the tiers. Because, for example, for Hilton, I'm a gold member, so sometimes that can mean I can get like a late checkout or early check-in without the fee. It just all depends on what that hotel offers. But I'm a gold member, so while I still will pay if I go to a hotel that has a resort fee, free upgrades, early check-ins, digital keys, guaranteed rooms, you know, those are certain things. And then my bottles of water, okay, or my 1,000 bonus points, or breakfast. I always pick the 1,000 bonus points because I can find a place to eat, child. But that is the tier I am. As far as Caesars and MGM, I'm not signed up to their program. The programs are free, they don't cost. But, and again, I told you I worked in hospitality, so that's another reason. But certain tiers, you don't pay those resort fees. But I don't remember, so I might have to come back on when I make my video about is it worth it to sign up for those, and I'll tell you once I do the research, because I forgot. But I would say, you know, if you can, maybe book direct, which I'm going to talk about that too, booking direct versus third parties, because sometimes it's rare. Now, I have not seen it at the Venetian, I have not seen it at the Bellagio, Mirage, or Paris, or any of those higher tiered hotels. I have not seen it, but some hotels, they do have it where for a like really limited time, they don't really advertise it much, but they'll have it where there's no resort fees. And before Curio Version took over where Hard Rock was, before Hard Rock closed, I was able to stay there with no resort fees. And I stayed there for about a week. And I'm gonna say my stay was like $200 to about $250, $275. And that was without the resort fee, because I caught a special, because I was online and I was searching, and one of my friends recommended Hard Rock, and I went on their website and they were having that deal. I know that Sahara recently had a sale where they were doing the rooms but no resort fees. So every blue moon you will have a few hotels that won't have resort fees. If I see any, I'll come on, make a video about it, like, hey, if you're trying to go to Vegas or you're trying to go here, you could book right here, there's no resort fees. So, you know, in summary, the resort fees, we can't do anything about those unless they decide to enforce it in Vegas to not have the resort fee, but we can't really do much about it, so it kind of sucks. But the resort fee, again, that is a fee. You do not get that back. The incidental, that is a hold, you get that back upon checkout, as long as you have not ordered anything from like room service. If you didn't charge anything to room, like spa services, because sometimes you can charge like certain things to the room and they'll just take it from that incidental hold, and if there's anything left over, you would pay it. So, you know, just be mindful of these things. Try to use a card that you're not going to use to swipe. Like, I have a separate card for all of my hotel stays. I'll make a video on that too. I have a Capital One card. I actually have 3, but I have a Capital One travel card, and that card, the perks, child. The perks are pretty nice. I mean, it's not my, you know, American Express, you know, the one that has that $695 annual fee, which is what I'm aiming for, but it does have pretty good perks. It's a starter travel card, because that is my starter travel card. I put all of my room tax and any incidental hold on that card, because I don't typically use that card when I'm traveling. I just use it for like hotels, and flights. I don't use it to buy food or anything. I have a whole nother card for that. So if you can do that, great. If not, some, not all, some hotels let you pay it in cash, but since the pandemic, a lot of places are not allowing cash because, girl, they say it's a shortage, but you know, whatever. And you probably wouldn't want to put like an incidental hold on cash anyway, because if you have to get that money back and you have to get to the airport to get to your flight like at 5 in the morning, there's usually nobody from housekeeping of management status that will be able to go and check that room, because housekeeping and security will go check the room to make sure that there's no damages or anything like that. But again, in summary, incidentals, that is a hold, that goes back to you. Resort fees, that is not a hold, that is a fee to use the amenities in the hotel. Even if you don't use them, I guess I would say try to use some of them so you can get your money's worth. But until they decide to stop that, which I don't think they will, because it's been talked about for years from my understanding, you just gotta suck it up and budget it in properly. And one last thing, when you do book, if you're not sure, especially for those that book through third parties, which I'm going to talk about third parties versus booking direct in another video. But if you can, and that's not if you can, because you can. Call the hotel and ask them 3 questions. Did your reservation cross over when you booked? So if you booked, give it about 10 minutes. Call to make sure your reservation crossed over. Screenshot your confirmation and all of that. Because booking through third parties, sometimes your reservation does not cross over. It kind of stays in limbo sometimes. And it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen often, but it can happen. So just call to confirm and make sure, because you do not want to get to a hotel, especially during like a busy season like Labor Day, Memorial Day, Valentine's Day. Any of those major days, you do not want to get all the way from your hometown or wherever to the hotel and they tell you they do not have your reservation. And I'm going to tell you, I've seen it so much. You do not want that to happen, because that confirmation that you have through that third party, we won't have that in our system. So the best thing to do is to, after you book through your third party or book, even if you don't book through a third party, if you book direct, just call to confirm that your reservation is in the system, because sometimes technology things will not cross over. So just call and confirm, and I'll tell a story about how that helped, because I paid $200 for a room and I called and come to find out it did not cross over to their system. Another thing, ask how much is the incidental hold per night. You can also ask if you can pay it in cash, but again, I do not recommend putting that type of money in cash, especially if you have an early flight. I don't recommend it at all. And what is the resort fee per night? Third parties are not going to tell you that. What is the resort fee per night with tax, so that you can make sure you have the correct amount, and that you're not going in blindsided, and you're not going in like, oh my God, I don't know. This is not what I was told. I was told this price, and now you're telling me it's a whole another like $200-300. Just call. It doesn't take much. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes. I've done it several times. I always do it. Even when I know, especially when I book direct, I still do it, because technology is weird and it has its days. So just always remember, confirm your reservation. What is the incidental per night? What is the resort fee? And you will be great. So that is the end for this video for incidentals versus resort fees. I'll be back to make another video, but please, like, comment, and subscribe. You can go in the comments and tell me what more you want to hear. I'll be uploading quite a few videos in a few weeks. As far as hotel stays, spas, those are the things that I really, really love. I might do other things as well, but for the first part, it'll be spas everything. I might do a vlog, a spa day vlog too coming up. So, you know, anywho, just let me know. Again, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one.